I was somewhere between exhaustion and relief when my phone buzzed. My flight had just touched down. The cabin lights were dim, and passengers hovered between standing and waiting for the line to move. I rubbed my eyes, stretched my shoulders, and picked up my phone, expecting a casual "Did you land?" or "How was the trip?" Instead, I saw a message, asterisk, "I'm home waiting for you. Can't wait for you to walk through the door." Asterisk, for a fleeting moment, I smiled. After weeks of drifting apart, after months of minor arguments and cold silences, the text felt warm, almost nostalgic, like the early days before life became routine and heavy. But the smile vanished. 40 minutes earlier, while the plane was still taxiing, I had checked a hidden camera I had installed in the hallway vent 2 months ago, not out of paranoia, but because things weren't adding up. Unusual receipts, odd schedules, the way she guarded her phone like it was classified. And what I saw on the feed before the doors opened was unmistakable. She wasn't alone. She hadn't even pretended to be. So when her text appeared, "I'm home waiting for you," a cold clarity settled under my ribs. Not anger, not shock, just a precise understanding that a puzzle had finally completed itself. As passengers shuffled off the plane, I typed a reply, asterisk, "Funny, I can see you on the hidden cam." Asterisk, I didn't add anything else. No explanations, no accusations. I didn't need to. The message read instantly, and then nothing. No frantic typing, no excuses, just silence. That silence said more than any confession ever could. I left the airport with a calm I didn't recognize. The night air was cool, the sky dark, and the wheels of my suitcase hummed across the pavement as if I were returning from any ordinary trip. Yet inside, my chest felt hollow, as though the space my marriage once occupied had already vanished. I didn't rush, didn't call anyone, didn't dramatize my walk to the rideshare. There was only the steady awareness that the life I expected to return to no longer existed. During the drive, my phone lit up with her messages. Asterisk, "Miles, what are you talking about? What hidden cam? Why would you say something like that? Can you just come home so we can talk?" Asterisk, she wasn't denying it, nor admitting anything. She was stalling, buying time before I returned. I didn't respond. The driver's radio murmured some old jazz tune. Streetlights slid across my face, and for the first time in months, I felt the tension in my shoulders ease. When we turned into the neighborhood, I saw the house from a distance. All the lights were on, the driveway empty except for a car, a perfect snapshot of domestic normality. But I knew better. I stepped out, suitcase in hand, breathing in the cold night air. The porch lights glowed warmly. The door was unlocked. A shadow flickered behind the curtains. Inside, the house smelled faintly of cinnamon candles, her favorite trick to make things feel cozy and safe. She appeared at the end of the hallway, hair tied back, wearing the soft blue sweater she reserved for gentle impressions. But her eyes betrayed her, alert, calculating, watchful. "Miles," she said softly, "can we talk?" I set my suitcase down, gaze fixed not on her, but past her, to the corner where someone had clearly stood minutes before. "Sure," I said. "Let's talk." She clasped her hands, rehearsing sincerity. "Miles, whatever you think you saw, it's not." "Don't," I interrupted quietly. "Don't start with explanations before I ask a single question." Her mouth snapped shut. Her eyes flickered briefly, the way they did when she was calculating, rehearsing, rearranging a story in her mind. "Tessa," I said, "I saw the hallway cam before my plane even parked." Her face didn't freeze. It didn't crumble. It softened like a mask shifting mid-scene. "Miles, why would you spy on me?" she asked, her voice accusatory but not surprised. "I didn't spy. I protected my home and myself." Silence stretched long and uneasy between us. She shifted her weight, glancing toward the bedroom, not long enough to be obvious, but long enough for me to notice. "Is he still here?" I asked calmly. Her breath caught just enough. "No one else is here," she whispered. "Then you won't mind if I check," I said. I passed her without hesitation. She didn't reach for me, didn't stop me, just watched like a tower crumbling in slow motion. The bedroom was empty, the guest room too, the bathroom dry. It wasn't until I returned to the living room, that I noticed the subtle signs, the lingering warmth of someone who had been there moments before. And then I saw it, the back door unlocked, quietly resting against the frame. He had slipped out just minutes earlier. Tessa leaned against the wall, arms wrapped around herself, shivering. "Miles, it's not what you think," she said, her voice cracking. "Then explain," I said, "because the hallway cam doesn't lie." Her eyes darted away. She swallowed hard. "He just came to talk," she murmured. I almost laughed. Not with humor, but disbelief at the audacity of such a small lie. To talk. I repeated, "Yes, that's all," she said desperately. I waited. She admitted softly, "Fine. Yes, he was here. But nothing happened tonight." I nodded. "Tonight," I repeated. Her eyes looked away again. That was the answer. I sank onto the edge of the couch, the weight of the past year pressing down. Every argument, every cold shoulder, every night she retreated to the far edge of the bed. "How long?" I asked. "A few months," she whispered, aligning perfectly with when the warmth left our home. She stepped forward, voice trembling. "Miles, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I was lonely. You're always away, always tired, always distant." I held up my hand. "Don't rewrite this story tonight," I said softly. She pressed her lips together, tears pooling. "I want to fix this. I'll block him. Do whatever you want. Just don't leave," she begged, her voice cracking. I looked at the woman I thought I'd grow old with, the one who laughed in grocery aisles, fell asleep on my shoulder during movies, squeezed my hand in our secret code. I thought of all the versions of us she had discarded without me noticing. "Tessa," I said quietly, "I'm not angry." "You're not?" she whispered. "No," I said slowly. "Anger means I still expect something from you. Respect, honesty, faithfulness. But I don't expect anything anymore." Tears streamed down her face. "I'm calm," I continued, "because I finally understand." "Understand what?" she asked. "That I'm walking away from someone who left me months ago." Her knees buckled. She sank to the floor, sobbing, calling my name as if it could pull me back into a life that no longer fit. I felt only the same quiet clarity I'd felt at the airport. I stood, lifted my suitcase, and headed for the door. "Behind me!" Her voice cracked one last time. "Miles, please, don't go." I paused briefly. "Tessa," I said, not turning back. "You left first." Then I stepped into the cold night, closing the door behind me. Not angry, not vengeful, just calm, finally at peace with the truth.